Hi there, everyone, and welcome back to Behind the Scenes from episode 0.5. This is my fifth episode in the Exploring a 10K series. And in this episode, I talked about the MDNA and item 7A right thereafter. There were a variety of things that I did in this video that I want to highlight for you. I bought a new microphone, which is right here in front of me, the intention of getting rid of the headphones. I didn't think they were too distracting, but I think it's just better to do it without. And then I also, in conjunction with that, bought a second camera, which doesn't really work the way that I wanted it for it to yet, but it's something that I'll continue to explore because it gives me an alternative view. And so I have a second view where I can, where I'll move them around, play with them together, and try to see if I can find a couple angles that can record at the same time, so I can go from one look to a different look and potentially explore interesting contrast between those two webcams. For this particular video, there's not loads of editing, but I did do it in 2 segments. I did that intentionally to be able to show you what that looks like in Clipchamp and to see how those two come together. One I recorded on one camera, one I stopped and recorded on the other, so I didn't have the mid flip like I just did here. And I've already gone and identified all the areas that I need to clip off. This video was a little bit longer because the content of the MDNA is more substantial. And so because of that, it took a little while to go back through and listen and make sure. So one of the things that I know that I'll do going forward is either have a keyword or key phrase that I can look through the transcript to be able to pause and know where to cut off more quickly. I may also do some kind of hand gesture, something that helps to highlight for me very easily where I need to make those changes, because I had to listen to a lot of it to find those spots where I had stopped and started over. And so those will be some things that I'll continue to work on. We're going to switch back to this camera because this way is a little bit more comfortable for me sitting right now. And so as we go through this quick edit session, I wanted to highlight for you all of those changes that I made in advance so that you can see them with me, so that you can understand the different kind of feedback, and also so that I changed this camera so that I can hear more feedback about the microphone itself. Okay, and so we'll hop into Clipchamp, and I'll make a few edits, and then that'll be the end of this episode. So let me share, and I'm going to switch cameras again because right now the Clipchamp's on that screen here. So it's going to be a little easier for me to look at you while I'm making those changes, which I think will be better quality for the video rather than looking this way and having the conversation with that camera when I'm needing to make changes over here, or looking at the side of my head if I'm making changes that way. So here we go. Clipchamp here. Same thing that I've done before. I'm just going to edit backwards from the back. We're going to cut off the last 5 seconds. And that's going to be the end of the video. We're going You can see that this is where it had 2 separate videos. And so I consolidated them together here with the different information that I needed. The neat thing about Clipchamp is that it lets me do that, which I think is fun. And so, like I mentioned, this is a super long video. We got to 12 minutes there, so that's pretty long for what I'm typically used to and what I typically do. But that's this episode. So that's behind the scenes for episode 0.5. Hope to see you in my next one.